Hey everyone, and welcome to my channel. For those of you who are new here, my name is Adriana and I thank you so much for stopping by and giving my content a try. In today's video, I'm going to be talking to you guys about some challenges as a stay-at-home mom. I'm not going to be complaining, but these are very much my life, and I want to share in hopes to encourage you and let you know that you are not alone. So without further ado, let's get into it. Now, if you are new here, let's go over some household rules. I'm just kidding. Not household rules, but just gotta let you know, I am actually sitting in front of my daughter's play area. It's behind me, but this is the best lighting. My son is in the back swinging because he just needed to have some motion, and I want to get this video out to you guys. And my twin daughter, she is on the couch kind of slowly getting up, but she's kind of been like really sleepy today. And then my daughter is supposed to be taking a nap upstairs, but she is rebelling today, so you may hear some footsteps above, some whimpering to the side, and maybe just a swing in the back. So if you don't mind that and we can stay focused right here, I'm gonna get right into the very first thing. And the very first challenge that I struggle with as a stay-at-home mom is meal times. Now, I'm getting better and I have been working very aggressively to try to find ways to make mealtime less stressful, burdensome, difficult. Now I do have the right perspective and understanding it, knowing how my daughter is going to be. She is 2, she's picky. It takes up to 15 times for children to like a food. I get all that, but I do take some time to put things together, introduce her to new foods, and she doesn't like it and she throws it away super fast. So I can't even like try it with something else. And then she wants to eat literally every 3 minutes. She will ask me, can she have something to eat? So that drives me bonkers, because I do understand that, you know, toddlers eat like smaller meals or smaller portions, but I'm like, every 3 minutes is a bit extreme, and I'm not exaggerating. Today was one of those days that she definitely asked me every 3 minutes, Mom, can I have lunch? Can I have this? Can I have that? And I'm like, well, I got you with the things that you asked. So I keep encouraging her to try those things over and over again. But of course, one day they can like something, the next day they act like, why would you put it on their plate? So now I've just been creating her meals to look very exciting. So I have like a cookie cutter type thing that I can make different sandwiches. I can cut fruit that have like, you know, different hearts and flowers, and I really just try to make it super exciting for her to want to try. Now, she will try just about everything, but then she kind of doesn't want it the next day. So I'm definitely trying to make a list of foods that she likes that I can just grab from, therefore that she's, you know, continuing to not go to bed hungry, and hopefully she will stay more full. So I actually created a page on Instagram, so write this down and I'll try to remember to put this in the description. It's called Little Meals for Little Mouths, and I have taken screenshots of her eating her food. I have mom tips on there, and I also have, you know, different plate variations so you guys can see what I try to feed her. I'm going to get into eventually showing you guys what's made versus what she actually eats, because I do expect them or her to not eat her food. Like yesterday, I made something with broccoli and cheese, maybe peaches and 2 or 3 other things, and she actually ate the broccoli, which I was super excited about, because, you know, kids and their vegetables, especially broccoli, they don't want any parts of. So yeah, meal times have been quite a bit of a struggle. You know, and she will just continue to want to eat. I don't know if it's because she's bored. She is pretty much entertained. Like, I wish you guys can see how big this section is, and there's a section across the living room that she kind of plays with. So I don't know why she's always hungry, but I know she kind of defaults to wanting to have snacks. So that is very stressful to me, and it makes me feel like, girl, I know you're eating, like, where's all this stuff going, you know? So that's just been a challenge for me. Now, this next thing, this is probably a personal thing, because it's just how I am set up. Like, I'm not a scheduled tasker type of person unless I really need to be. And so it is hard for me. It's a challenge, a big challenge for me to keep a schedule, because number one, I have 4 kids. Number 2, 3 of them are under 3, and you know, babies are going to do what they're going to do. I don't find it beneficial to try to even keep my twins on a schedule right now, because they're still developing, they're growing, they're preemie babies. So I don't want to force one to have to get up because of the other. I actually find it a lot easier having one up at one time. And honestly, they kind of do it on their own. Every once in a while, they will, no, probably a little bit more than once in a while, maybe once or twice a day, they will actually eat at the same time, sleep at the same time. So I don't have to really force it because I know they're still young and they'll get to that point. But I think it would be more of a challenge and a struggle trying to keep one awake to eat or force them to eat when they're not hungry. So keeping a schedule is hard. The time that I wake up in the morning is not on a certain time because if the night is rough, I'm going to try to sleep as long as I can to when my toddler wakes up. So I really don't have much of a schedule each day. Literally, I'm taking it a day at a time. I thought about planning and having different things, but I realized once I do that and I realize my kids are going to be kidding and toddlering and babying, then it makes me less stressed because I'm like, you know what? I don't really have anything major to do except for potentially go to doctor's appointments and maybe create content, but sometimes I can kind of schedule things around that. But I really don't keep a schedule. They sleep whenever. However, my daughter, she usually goes down within like 2 hours. So today I put her down around like 12:31 because she was up earlier, but when she sleeps till 8 or so, then she goes later. So I have things in place that always happen in the day, but it's not on a like 8 to 9 schedule, 9 to 10. No, it's not one of those. It's like I have, what do you say? Like, I forget how you say the term, but something like organized chaos. It's like organized chaos is what my schedule is. And it works. So if you're like that and you feel bad, like, I wish I could do that. I wish I was one of those moms who could cross off by the hour that we have accomplished everything. It's not happening over here. And hey, if you can do that, great for you. Write an ebook or something, encourage us how to do it. But for me, it's just giving me too much stress. So hopefully you can relate to that one. Now, before I really go into this one, I want you guys to understand this is on me. And I know a lot of this will be on you as well. When it comes to wanting to get sleep as a mom, as much as we're like, if my husband just doesn't hurry up and get home, or when he comes home, I'm going to rock. I'm going to be rocked. I'm going to be asleep. I'm going to be out of here. Like, I just want to go to bed. Then he comes home, then all of a sudden here comes this burst of energy and you're wondering why you can't go to sleep. But then also if you hear the crying, something about it, you're just like, oh my goodness, it's hard for me to sleep. So it sometimes has nothing to do with your husband, and it doesn't. In this case, a lot of it is like, I heard the baby crying, or, me being like how I am. Hey, I don't want to party. What's going on? What's happening? A lot of that is on me. So sometimes I struggle with getting a good amount of sleep. And sometimes I wake up, once I do sleep in and I get to do that, usually like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I wake myself up in a panic and then I can't really go back to sleep. So it's hard for me to, quiet my mind sometimes and really get some sleep. And sometimes it's just simply like the mom guilt, feeling bad for like needing a break or wanting to take a break. But I am working on that and being like, girl, you got these kids all the time. Get your behind some rest and recharge, refuel. You need it. So I'm really just working on being able to get certain things out of my mind so that I can take that time to really take care of myself without any guilt, because I'm still human. I still need to take care of myself and make myself a priority, because you can't really pour from an empty cup, though we as moms do that. I realize, like, okay, just do what you got to do what's best for you. Don't worry about what other people are doing. Take care of yourself first. So that is something that I have trouble with, but I'm working diligently on, so it's not a challenge anymore. One of the greatest challenges too, I would say, probably more than meal times sometimes, is getting out with all of us, because right now we don't have a van, and of course we know we were having twins and things like that, but life has been lifing and things cost money, and just not being brought up financially savvy, I've made certain decisions where it's not just easy for me to go ahead and just get a vehicle or whatever. So we have been trying to navigate, trying to get out the house. And so sometimes I'll take my daughter out later with me in the day. My husband and like the 3 kids, 3 under 3, we can all go out. But when it comes to my son, we either have to drive separate or we don't go anywhere at all. And that's a bit of a challenge because I was inside, I feel like, all summer because I had to be hospitalized 2 weeks before my pregnancy, and then the kiddos were in the NICU for 2 months. So I was literally coming in and out, really not much outside time. My summer was trash. And so sometimes I want to get out, but I'm like, it's so tight in the car. It's so inconvenient. It's not easy to like reach and feed one of the babies. And so that's been a challenge for me to get out. But once we get our van, which is coming so soon, I just realized like we'll be able to go out and do things from maybe grocery shopping to even just finding little areas where my 2-year-old can burn off some energy and I can sit and watch her play and tend to the twins. But that has been a major, you know, challenge trying to do that. And even if we just want to do grocery shopping, it's like we can't because we got the big old stroller and it's not a lot of room. And yeah, but we actually did get a chance to go on a little day trip. And it wasn't necessarily like one of those things we planned, like, oh, let's go here. It was work. You see, I'm not getting enough sleep. Work related for my husband. And then we tried to extend it so it wasn't just like an hour and 45-minute drive and like an hour 45-minute back. We kind of took our time out and then making our way back. So it was definitely doable, but I don't think I would want to do that again. It was having the kids in the car for like that amount of time, not easy to navigate, changing diapers and stuff. We made it work, absolutely, but it wasn't ideal. So that has been a challenge. It's just being able to go out as a family, all 6 of us. Yes. So, okay. And lastly, this is a challenge because as a mom and just how I am in general, like even though I don't have to have another stream of income or passive incomes and stuff like that, I've always been, you know, I've been working since I was 16. So trying to find something and take that time to brainstorm and plan and then work on it throughout the day while I have 3 under 3, you know, which requires research and reading. Sometimes that is a challenge for me. And I don't know if it is for you as a mom, just trying to find ways to, you know, generate income or just keep yourself busy or just do something that you're passionate about, whether it's like writing a book, you know, starting a blog. Any of those things are not necessarily as easy when you have littles around. And sometimes I can do it via nap time. Like right now, if I'm not recording content, I can do those types of things. But again, without having a schedule and them doing whatever, I can't always guarantee that I'm going to get a chance to work on anything or that I won't be able to work on something as long. And sometimes you're like right in the middle of the thought and then you get upset and don't want to do anything for 4 days. So just trying to learn how to give myself like a couple of deadlines. And then by the 3rd deadline, like I want to get it done by this, but I can do it by this. That would be kind of secondly good, but I would absolutely have to do it by this day. And I feel like that would help. And then also just incorporating that with my husband, just making sure, you know, if I don't sleep, I'm going to sacrifice some sleep in order to write some stuff down and get it out there, because I know like life will change, we'll have different experiences. And so it's just about pushing through, because sometimes I'm just super tired and I don't feel motivated, or the struggle is to do that stuff and not get discouraged once you see how much money stuff can be or how small your audience can be. It's just kind of like, you know, all these people just seem like they've been doing this forever, and here you come and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm never going to get to it. If I have a list of 50 things and I can barely finish one a day, it's going to take me forever. So that's been a challenge, just trying to like training my mind to, you know, stay positive, and training my mind and myself to be more disciplined, and, you know, just like stay the course, because sometimes it is very hard. Sometimes, you know, like starting a blog, I know it can be challenging, because a lot of times it feels like, how you know, rank in SEO? Will you actually be able to make money from that? And I heard that it's something that you really can make money from. So now for me, it's about writing. I rather write my blog prompts now, and then once I have my website and everything, it's just so much easier to plug stuff in, and then working with brands, and I can include affiliate marketing and all of that. So right now I'm just setting myself up to do the harder work first, and then that way it can become super passive and super easy. But I know sometimes like I can't really do good at multitasking. Like if my babies are crying or my daughter is having a day, I'm not going to be able to. That scared me. Be able to engage with what is going on. My heart just dropped, y'all, and I'm not even going to edit this out of the video, because my toddler has been toddlering, right? And she is rebelling. So as you see, I can't even create content sometimes in peace because she wants to get my attention. Usually I should have put that, but she does really good with nap time. But right now she's struggling with nap time. So this is another challenge, having these random days like where everybody is out of sorts. I'm super tired. She's like on 1,000 with her energy, and my one daughter, she was sleeping super good and like really long, where she usually doesn't do that. And my son's more awake when it's just all over the place. So yeah, so these are just challenges as being a stay-at-home mom. But I will end at this note: even though there are plenty of challenges being a stay-at-home mom, I am super grateful that I am in this position to be home with my children, because I've done the daycare route with my oldest son. I was single at the time, that's how life was. But I am so grateful to be able to pour into them, to nurture them, to, save money and not have to worry about all those things, because this world is getting crazy and my soul would be jammed up if they ever had to go to daycare. So I do take the good with the bad, and I'm still at the end of the day grateful for the opportunity to be home with my children. So hopefully this was encouraging to you moms who may be going through some of the same things. If there's other challenges that I didn't cover in this video, go ahead and put them in the comments. I would love to engage and talk about them, because listen, that was just 5. There's probably a whole lot more, but I wanted to keep it short and condensed, because I know sometimes recording when I have 2 babies down here beside me and like my daughter's nap kind of wavering in time, that I wanted to just at least get 5 and possibly do a part 2. So if you made it this far, oh my goodness, you are awesome. And I hope you have subscribed also, and make sure you like this video and share it with another mom who may be going through the same thing, so that she knows that she is not alone. All right guys, see you later.